Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter of chemistry, that is carbon and its compound. As we all know that there is too much amount of carbon which we are producing around us, and earth is having 0.03% something about of carbon, and it's very important component in a periodic table and a very important component in a life form of animal, plants, whatever, because maximum amount of substances are made from carbon itself. So carbon is very important. So why carbon is important, why carbon shows such a important emphasis on the in the living world, we can understand this with the going through this chapter. So first, carbon. Carbon, the symbol of carbon is C, atomic number 6, valency 4. It is represented 2, 4. First orbit 2 electrons and second orbit, that is half filled 4. So it can be used as a cation and anion, as it is having a valency +4 and -4. +4 is for cation and -4 is for anion. Now, just because of this process or cation or anion formation, carbon shows or carbon can form a covalent bond. Bonding is of two type. In a previous class we have studied this. There are two types of bonding between the elements takes place, that is covalent bond and electrovalent bond. Covalent bond means sharing of electrons, and in electrovalent bonds means extra electrons being transferred to the nearby. So let's see how covalent bond is being formed. Like this is a example, that double bond between two oxygen atoms. You can see oxygen, how this is the electron dot structure of O2 and N2. That in this covalent bond is being formed between the two oxygen atoms and two nitrogen atoms. As we all know that oxygen in outermost orbit, it needs 8 electrons, but it is having only 6, as its atomic number is 8. So what is doing, there are two atoms, they are sharing 2 electrons. They are sharing in the middle, you can see there are 2 electrons from the both sides, so they are forming O2. Understood? Similar with the N2 nitrogen, they are sharing 3 electrons. So if they are sharing if two atoms shares 1 electron, then it will be bonded with a single bond. If they are sharing 2 electrons, then double bond. If they are sharing 3 electrons, then it will be having triple bond. So point is this, that they are sharing electrons, then what sort of bond carbon is forming? Covalent bond. Understood? Now, characteristics of carbon. Carbon having certain characteristics. First, tetravalent in nature, that means having 4 valency. It forms catenation. Catenation means carbon forms chain. They arrange themselves in a chain. Carbon get attached to carbon to form a long chain. This sort of phenomena is known as catenation. Just because of this phenomena, they form isomers, various components, by shifting, like glucose, fructose, maltose, protein, all hydrocarbons, they are having carbon and long chain of carbon. And just because of this, they form allotropic form. They shows allotropism. This you can see with the help of this slide. Here we are having the structure of graphite, structure of diamond, and a structure of Buckminster Fullerene. They all are having number of carbons attached together. Graphite having somewhat weak bonds, but diamond is having a strong bonds, covalent bonds. That's why it is a harder structure on the earth. Graphite is used for writing things. And in the lab, Fullerene is prepared in the lab having C60 carbon, means 60 carbons are chained together, attached together to form this football-like structure, 3-dimensional structure. So this is the, we can say, catenation power of the carbon, how this forms. Okay, now compounds of carbon are formed in 2 forms only. What are those forms? Saturated form and unsaturated form. Now what is saturated form? Saturated form, or you can understand simply, saturated means that compound formed is fully satisfied, that it is not going to take any at all hydrogen in that particular molecule. That situation is known as saturated. While unsaturated is the compound is ready to take except hydrogen. That means, or in other language we can say in the case of bond, if the compound is single bonded, that means it is saturated. If it is a double bonded compound or a triple bonded compound, then they are unsaturated. You can see the slide here. Step first, carbon carbon, they all three are unsaturated or saturated. What comes in your mind? First, step first, carbon carbon, they are bound with a single bond, but carbon has a valency 4, other 4 points are empty, so they cannot be saturated. Step 2, all are attached with a single bond. Attached or not? I think attached. So this is a saturated one. But here in second case, in second case it is also unsaturated, because there is no double. If we count the 4 bonds of a carbon, there are only 3. So this is also not the right formula is step 3. But it is having double bonds, so this can be considered as a unsaturated one. Hope you have understood the basic concept of carbon. In the next class we will move further. Okay, so do prepare the notes. This is all for the day. Thank you.